Welcome back everybody. Today I will be revealing one of my long-term projects, my R34, which I am currently driving. Has been in storage for the last, I'd say about, coilover's a bit stiff. Has been in storage for about 6 months, I'd say. I haven't had it for much more than a year. When I bought it, it was crashed, silver, NA, all that sort of stuff. Manual though, at least. I do have a motor that I'm going to put in it that I'm currently building. It's at a mate's workshop, which we'll go visit in a minute and put it in the video and all that sort of stuff. So hope you enjoy. So another car reveal, my R34. I usually drive them a lot more than I talk about them, I promise. But yeah, this is the Midnight Purple 3, so it's a factory GDR color. The code is LXO. It is a 4-door, so the 4-doors didn't come out in this color, which inspired me to do it this color, so it would be one of a kind. There are a couple around the world in this color, 4-doors that is. As far as I'm aware, I'm the only one in Australia. So it does have like a flip, so it's hard to get the flip. So there's a really bright purple at the top there, and then it comes down to a blue or a purple, and it has a bronze flip, but I might actually have to change the location of the car for you to see the bronze. It really does depend on the weather of the day to what color this car actually is. So it's a JSAI Aero body kit. Tinted windows, there's that blue. So there's that blue flip. I'll have to park it somewhere else to get the bronze. So when I bought it, it was crashed. Someone had ran into it from the side. So that quarter panel was all stoved in. I'll probably add some photos in a little bit later. The whole car was in okay condition. It was silver. The paint was not the best. It was just blemishes all over the car, like you know, as old Jap cars, what they're like. Stepping on all the sticks. There's a good purple there. I'll go park it around the corner and see if I can get the bronze flip. I did tint the headlights, so between the headlights being tinted and the windows tinted, this thing is a nightmare to drive at night. But it doesn't come out very often. It has been in storage. So this paint job is still off the gun. I haven't polished it yet. I do really want to put a ceramic coat on it because it does get dirty super quick and stuff does just stick to it. I'm going to park it in a different spot and see if we can get that bronze brown flip. So the difference between the NA and the turbo factory cars, a few little bits. Firstly, aside from the motor, which is the obvious, the brakes. The brakes are actually a lot smaller, so I do have a full set of turbo brakes with all new discs and calipers and all that sort of stuff to go on. The interior is another one. So instead of it being basically black with like it's almost like a white center, it's like an off-white. This is like a darker grey over a lighter grey with this pattern on it, which I actually prefer. I think it looks just a bit different rather than it just being black and a bit boring, just like white. It's got a cool pattern on it. The interior is pretty messy at the moment. I haven't given it a good clean in a long time. You can still see some of the gunk from when we resprayed it. Yeah, I got some stuff in the back. I'll show you the engine bay. I'm a bit reluctant because it is a bit ugly. I do obviously want to get a new steering wheel, but I do like the interior as it is. So at the moment, this is the engine bay. It retains the NA RB25 Neo, which I am replacing with a factory turbo Neo. We'll get to that in a moment. But you can still see the bay's still silver. The bonnet's white underneath. Obviously had a new bonnet before. All that sort of stuff. These grills were black, but they faded off really quickly. Now they're almost silver. So that was quite annoying. I paid good money for those grills and they just faded instantly. But that's something I'm gonna have to rectify. I'm gonna have to put an intercooler in it anyway when I turbo it. So I want a big intercooler sitting here, and then maybe the piping just tucking out of the bumper. We'll see what kind of style. I do like the neat and tidy look, so I don't want to go too crazy. I'll see if I like the black mesh better than an intercooler, but I do like the look of a big intercooler sitting behind a bumper. But yeah, I'll probably pull this motor out, keep it as a spare, maybe build it for a future project later. I'm still waiting for that sun to come out so I can show you the bronze flip, but it's a little bit overcast today, so it might not happen. I might have a few photos I'll chuck in of it when it's super bronze. The color flip on this car is unreal. Literally whatever day of the week it is, it can be a different color. So I have always preferred 4 doors over the coupes since day dot, really. Price wasn't really in the factor. I like the way that the sedans stay low on their body line, whereas the coupes kind of come up at the rear. When I bought this for an extra couple of grand at the time, I probably could have bought a coupe, but I have always loved 4 doors, so I wanted to build a really cool 4 door. It's just personal preference more than anything. Coupes are sick too, and they obviously go for a lot of money these days compared to the sedan, so yeah, personal preference. I guess just touching on that bodyline style kind of thing, quarters on 2-door Skylines are usually massive, and to me it looks a bit odd to have such a big panel on the back of a car, whereas with the sedans, you know, you've got your 4 doors and then you've got your short quarters and your boot, and to me it just looks just better, I guess, for myself. I don't want to say, oh, coupes are not good, all this sort of, because obviously they go for big money, all that sort of stuff, like I mentioned earlier, but just personal preference. I prefer the coupes, so I started, sedans, oh no, maybe I don't even know myself. I prefer the sedans, that's why I started building a sedan. So this is my RB25 Neo for the R34. It has a GTS R style manifold, replicated from the R31 manifold, a high flow OP6 turbo with a high pressure actuator from Hypergear, and a race tuned manifold. So it's a pretty basic setup. We don't want too much power running through it, just a nice street car. So as you can see, now that it's later on in the day, the colour is shifting a lot more. So it really does depend on the day of to what colour this car is. So now it's a lot bronzer than it was this morning. So this morning I was really struggling to find that bronze. But there it is. Oh yeah. So that's my motor for the R34. Jack at Wheeltech Mechanical is my go-to for anything I'm unsure of, motor-wise, mechanical-wise. He's just started his business, he's doing great, he's already looking into expanding, so he also has his own YouTube. I'll pop a link in here, it's called Jacked Up Garage, so can't thank Jack enough for letting me have my motor there, and he assembled it for me. He's got a YouTube video out on it, and yeah, he just lets me tinker on it in his workshop and all that sort of stuff, so yeah, great, do recommend. So I did give Jack my motor to assemble. He's just got the eye for detail. He knows all the little particular nuts and bolts that I need. I really wanted that one done right because it is for my nice street car, so I didn't want any little gremlins or issues that, you know, I might look past. That he obviously, it's his profession, so he knows what he's doing. I'm hoping to make a video collaboratively with Jack, pulling the motor out, putting the motor in, but I'll also be doing the painting my engine bay. So I'll make hopefully I can keep the progress updates going through YouTube. I am getting another mate to do the intercooler piping for me, so Jack's pretty flat out with his own work at the moment. He is kind of squeezing my motor in between everything, so can't thank him enough for doing that for me. But yeah, hopefully we can just progress through this project via YouTube, and hopefully you enjoy it. Let me know what you want to see, what you don't want to see, and all that sort of stuff, and I'll try and incorporate it. I am still learning, so any constructive criticism is great. Just had someone waving at me. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the video.